2, encourage small and medium enterprises, SMEs. The federal government needs to introduce targeted interventions to support SMEs, which are the obvious backbone of the economy. These include access to affordable credit, tax incentives, and grants to help businesses recover and thrive. Implementation of debt repayment loans. The federal government must develop a clear and transparent repayment plan for contractors and businesses owed by the government. This will not only boost liquidity, but also rebuild trust between government and private sector players. Communicate progress clearly. The government must improve its communication with citizens, providing regular updates on status of economic policies, reforms, and projects. Transparency is key to building trust and fostering public confidence. All this should not be a challenge in ensuring feedback. You know, at times government allows citizens to conjecture, and the citizens are not soothsayers. They are not spirits, and so the issue of communication becomes very, very important in citizens and critical stakeholders like civil society understanding what government is doing and helping to support those policies, also make interventions where necessary. Enhance monitoring and evaluation. The federal government must put in mechanisms for monitoring and evaluating capital projects to ensure that funds are utilized effectively and that projects are completed on time and within budget. With this, more investors will be attracted and their confidence boosted. While the federal government bears primary responsibility for addressing these issues, citizens and stakeholders also have a role to play. We must demand accountability from our leaders, support local businesses, and actively participate in initiatives that promote economic growth. Nonetheless, we know that it is the government's sole responsibility to create an enabling environment for citizens and businesses to thrive, and this requires a bold, decisive action and strict commitment to delivering the right result. A national coalition on accountability and probity in governance appreciate the efforts made so far by President Tinubu-led administration to set things in motion. However, we firmly believe that this administration can do better. The challenges facing our nation are not insurmountable. These are challenges that require a renewed sense of urgency and purpose for confrontation. Now is the time for the federal government to rise to the occasion, demonstrate true leadership, and deliver on its promises to Nigerian people. The economy needs stability, and the actions taken today will determine the future trajectory of our nation. And it is important for us to point out at this stage that a cursory study of our budget since the return of Fourth Republic have always seen that there are almost always 100% exhaustion of the overhead costs, or what we call recurrent expenditure, but capital releases has always been a problem. And that is the one that makes most impact, both on the life of citizens and the economy. And as this budget cycle is about to commence, thank God that it is now at the very critical stages of consideration within the National Assembly. And that's why it is important for us to make this call that we must, under this renewed agenda, make a break from that past, that ugly past of inability to release funds made for capital projects. If we must get these things right, that those capital projects must be provided for to ensure liquidity and the stability in the economy. Finally, we, the National Coalition on Accountability and Probity in Governance, called on the federal government to prioritize economic stability and transparency in governance with full sincerity. We are confident that the federal government will be able to provide the groundwork for long-term growth and prosperity if it takes action to address the problems of delayed capital flows, assist entrepreneurs, and show accountability. We remain committed to collaborating with all parties involved to make sure Nigeria realizes its greatest potential. By working together, we can undoubtedly create a country where growth is based on integrity, accountability, and good governance. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.